Hey guys, Seton HVAC here. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And if you're not much of a commenter, please give me feedback. I like comments on the videos, and then make sure you like and share. Tell your friends, neighbors, enemies, mother-in-law, whatever it takes to keep me motivated to keep making these videos for you. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, in today's video, I attempt to make this radius elbow with just my hand tools, and it's kind of a crash and burn. It didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to. It's been probably, I don't know, 15 years since I've never really had to build one. Since I did build one. Sorry, I'm holding the phone at a weird angle. You'll learn how to do it if you watch this video. That's all I'm gonna say. And I got good news too. I got my new truck. I'm still setting it up. I'll show you guys all that once I get going on it. So I'll have my ride-along videos coming very soon, and hopefully we can get back on the saddle here. It's been rough lately, so thanks for sticking around if you have. Okay guys, so let me show you how to make this elbow here. So it's going to be a 12 by 12 to a 12 by 12 elbow. Okay, basic elbow. It's going to have a 4-inch throat each way, and it's going to be radius, heel, radius, throat. None of this square stuff. If you're going to do square, you got to put turning vanes in it. If we do radius, we can get away without the turning vanes. So how do we lay this out? So we're going to have our 1/2 inch flange that's going to go inside the Pittsburgh. So we're going to have 1/2 inch plus our 12. This is for the two sides, plus our 1/2, and then plus our 4-inch throat. So that gives us a piece that's going to be the same thing in this direction too. So it's going to be 17 by 17. So let me show you how we make the two sides, and then I'll show you how we make the heel and the throat. Okay, first thing I did here is I just measured out my 17 inches. These are 36-inch deep sheets. So if we just go 17 over, we can make both sides with just this one strip. So let's go ahead and cut this, and then I'll show you how we mark it out. All right, guys, we got 17 here, 17 here. Let's cut these, and we'll draw these up. Okay guys, so we got our first piece here all marked up. So what we have is our heel here, which is still square. This is our throat. We got our 12 here and our 12 here, and then this, our 4-inch throat here. Let me show you how we make these curves. It's very easy to do. So what you want to do is find a midpoint here, and you can use anything. Use a stick, just anything to give yourself a radius. Let me show you how that's done. Sorry guys, I did that wrong. So since this 1/2 inch here is enveloped into this 4, it's going to be 16.5 by 16.5. Same with this side. So disregard what I said about 17 by 17. My brain wasn't working. So let's continue on with the elbow. Okay guys, so the best way to do this actually is take your ruler. Here, let me get this out further. So take your ruler and put it at your starting point there, and then just work it around with your marker at 12 the whole way. Make sure that end doesn't move, and then you just scribe it down. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so all I did was I just took the ruler and brought it around and just put my marker on the ruler and worked it down. It's not the prettiest, but it's going to work out just fine. It's a nice smooth arc, and then I just freehand my 1/2 inch in there. Let me trace that out. And what I'm going to do this side is just freehand it. Just freehand it. Give yourself a nice radius to these points. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're doing this hand tools. We're not doing it on a computer. So let's let me draw this in, and then I'll get it cut up for you, and then I'll show you how we do the bends. Okay guys, there's the rough piece all notched up and everything. So you got your 1/2 inch to go into your Pittsburgh. You got your 1 inch here. Same, you got your 1/2 inch on the outside all the way down. A little sloppy, I know. I just kind of freehanded with my marker. It'll be just fine. And then your 1 inch notches there and there. So it's got a nice radius there. It's got a nice radius there. 12 inches all throughout. So we're looking good. Actually, I had a little bit more than 12 with that radius, obviously, because that adds to it. So So all I'm gonna do is just flip this over, trace it on that other piece, and then I'll show you how we bend these up. And then we can start working on the heel and the throat. Okay guys, just want to show you this. So the reason why the other one looks so ugly is I'm trying to use marker for you for the camera, but you can see how it should look with it scribed. So you got your 1/2 inch scribe here, your 1 inch scribe, your half all along here, and then your 1 inch scribe there. So that's how you would do it in your sheet metal shop. Let me just go over to the brake and I'll cross brake this, and I'll show you how we get these bent up. I actually do it with lineman's pliers for these because you can't get it in your brake. You can give it a little bit of memory in the brake, but lineman's pliers is how I bend these up. I'll show you that. Okay guys, when I cross brake these, what I like to try to do is I just try to do a straight line. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll work. You just want to stiffen it up some. Some guys will go here and maybe get one in there. I think just putting the 2 in is just fine, and that'll make it nice and strong for you. Let's go ahead and bend these up. I'll show you how that's done. Okay guys, so all I did was I kind of worked it around my brake a little bit, just worked it around to give it a little bit of a memory. Obviously you don't want to go over your lines, your scribe there. And then what I'm going to do is just take probably a combination of my my tongs and my alignments and just work that up to a 90 degrees. Let me show you when it's done. Okay guys, I got it all bent up. Now patience is the name of the game. You can see this, it's really tedious. It's a pain in the butt. You got to really work it. And what you want to do is put yourself a couple relief cuts where you have your sharpest turns, right where the straight part stops, and just work it around. And it's not going to look the prettiest because you're doing it with hand tools and you don't have an easy edger, but it works. This side's a lot shorter, so it comes out better. But once everything's done and connected, it's going to look sweet, I guarantee it. So let's keep moving along here. Alright guys, I just had to go eat some lunch and remember how I used to do these because I haven't built one in a long time. So the other side turned out a lot nicer. So what you want to do is give yourself 3 relief cuts, just notches in your half. A lot easier to bend. It's been a while. So let me show you how we measure out for the heels here. Okay guys, so what I like to do is I just take a panduit strap and line it up where the piece is going to start, and then I just work it around, and then I'll mark it on the other side with a marker, and then I know what my length of my piece needs to be. Real simple. I'll do the same thing with the front too, with the throat. Alright, I got my mark on my panduit. You know, like I said, I just had it go around the heel of the 90 there. Line it up with the end of my ruler there. And it looks like we are right at, oh, what is that? 27 7/8. Let's make it. All right, here's our heel piece. 27 7/8 that way by 15 that way, because we're going to have our 12 and then our 1.5 inches on each side for the Pittsburgh. Let me show you how we do that. All right, got my 1.5 inches and my 1 inch on the ends. I gotta scribe the 1.5 inches on the other side. I'll get these corners notched, and then I'll do my Pittsburgh on each side. I'll try to cross break it if I can, and we'll put the heel on first, and then we'll make up the throat. All right, guys, got my Pittsburgh on it. I'm gonna clean all this marker off there too, but gotta watch some of my other videos. You want to see how I made this Pittsburgh with my brake. I got it all cross broken too in the brake. Now you're gonna say, hey Josh, how do you make that curve now? It's straight. You just work it. I just work it over a hard edge of the table, just very slowly. Let's see if we can do it. Okay guys, here's where we're at with it. So I just worked it around the edge and just rounded it out. It's not rounded out enough, but I can use this piece now. So what I did is you stick it in there, hammer down your end, and then what we're going to do is just slowly open that up and work this around. See how far off it is? But I think we can just work it as we go. So let's give it a try. Hey guys, there's the one side of it. So it's not the best work I've ever done. If I'd have taken my time a little bit more and rounded out this piece a little bit better. You can see around my corners here, it kind of crappy, but you get the gist of it. You know that you can do it. That turned out a lot better. You know, I got some spots here where I probably should have put a bend on this instead of trying to round it, and then we just have a little bit of a turn here. So, you know, a lot of guys will do it in 3 pieces where they'll bend it 3 times, but you don't have to do that if you want a full radius. You can do it this way. You just have to be more patient than I was. But you can see that it'd be a nice elbow. I'm not going to finish it because I got somewhere I got to go today. But you'll see, you know, the other side. See here. other side will go on there nice. And then we just have to make the throat part of it. I'll probably finish this some other day because I got to use this actually on a project coming up. And I'll clean it up and make it look better. But you get the gist of how to do it, hopefully. And yeah, I hope to do more stuff like this. I'm going to do squared arounds probably for you next time. So thanks for watching, guys.